Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and the most reliable mug coins on the market. And don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 5% off. The link for their website will be right at the top of the description. Are you looking to take your Madden game to the next level? Look no further than Civil.gg for the best ebooks on the market. Choose one of 2 membership options, and don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 25% off. I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but the wait is finally over. Team Diamonds are finally here. Team Diamonds, I'm just so excited for this promo. Earlier in the year, Mud Leaks did kind of, leak the pack animation for these guys. And in Madden 21, we got these guys day one. I think before the game was even out officially, we already had Team Diamonds. So EA made us kind of wait this year. Hopefully it is worth the wait. But yeah, I'm excited for this promo, man. There are definitely some nice names coming out tomorrow that I'm definitely excited for. But yeah, before we hop into it, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. So the subscribe button for notifications. We post daily Madden 22 content. I also will leave a link for my Twitch channel down in the description. I will be live tonight over on Twitch rating teams after all the gameplays today. So if you haven't come through yet, I recommend you do. And yeah, as always, the shout out today goes to my man, That 2K Guy. Shout out to That 2K Guy for commenting the emoji on last video. So real quick before we do get started, there are a few things that I want to say. The first one being, if you are new here for Madden 22 and you haven't seen one of these promo tier lists before, I do kind of rank the cards a little bit differently. It's not by much, because when I do say a quarterback tier list, I don't value the price that the card is worth. I don't value any of that stuff when it comes to ranking the players. But for these ones, all these players are like easily probably top 7, top 10 of their positions. So they're all good cards. It just kind of comes down to the value when it comes to ranking them. And obviously, the biggest thing is how they're going to play in game. But yeah, the value does kind of play a big part. And I also don't really care if you have a theme team or not when it comes to ranking these guys. I know the Patriots theme team is good, so Kevin Falk will probably get ran a lot just because the Patriots theme team is kind of popular. But Kevin Falk, standalone as himself as a card in this game, not the best compared to the other backs that we've already seen in this running back loaded promo. So that's why Kevin Falk's kind of low. And the next thing I want to say is, I don't care where your position player ends up. If you have a theme team, I think you have to get these cards right now. 3x chems can open up so many cheats and so many upgrades for some of the weaker theme teams. Maybe not the Raiders or the Niners or whatever, but yeah, if you have one of the weaker theme teams, say the Broncos or maybe the Browns or a team like that. I don't even know if the Browns are even weak. I actually have no idea. I'll do a theme team tier list probably on Monday or Tuesday next week, by the way, if you want to see that video. But yeah, I don't care where your player ends up on the tier list. If you have that theme team, you should get that player. That's all I'm going to say. So far we got Bosworth at 8 here. Bosworth, a very solid user. 88 speed, good zone, good hit power. Bosworth played pretty good in Madden 20, and now he's coming back for Madden 22. And I kind of predicted this card to come back because I think he was in the Campus Hero. Or no, not Campus Hero. He was in the Campus Legend stuff for KO, so I was expecting Bosworth to definitely show up. Derek Johnson obviously plays very well every year, basically. Gary Zimmerman, a really good offensive lineman, debatably one of the better ones. 90 run block, 90 pass block, a really good offensive lineman. Orapko and Chris Long, both edge rushers that are able to get, I believe they both hit the power move threshold. And then Kevin Falk, I will show Kevin Falk's stats real quick and kind of why he's here so you guys can kind of understand. But Kevin Falk, 88 speed, 90 acceleration. Yes, he's a receiving back, and for whatever reason, we're getting a lot of receiving backs for this promo. I'm not sure why we're getting so many running backs, but like this Kevin Falk card, he's solid, but he's nowhere near the best receiving back in this promo right now. So that's why Kevin Falk is at D tier. Even 88 speed at this point of the year, there are better backs in the game that are going to be way cheaper. But again, if you do have a patch theme team, this card could be usable, and I also do think it's worth it because of those 3x cams, like I said earlier. So to get us started today, we have the Lance Allworth stopper, free safety, zone free safety, 90 overall Larry Wilson. The card's got 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 87 play rec, 81 tackling to pair with that 90 pursuit. He's actually a pretty solid tackling free safety for someone that also does hit that zone threshold. And as far as his height and weight goes, EA, if you guys are ever wondering what a player's height and weight is, I believe in one of the streams last year, Kralo did tell us that they do use Pro Football Reference for height and weight and stuff like that, and also secondary positions as well. So Larry Wilson, 6 foot, 190. Is 190 the heaviest dude in the game? Not really, but this card should tackle and play really well. The things I love about this card is, one, the Cardinals team always pretty solid. That's the first thing I love. And also that zone coverage threshold, that pursuit threshold, good speed, good acceleration. I mean, 6 foot is better than being 5'9". So Larry Wilson, is he S tier? In my opinion, no, but I do think that Larry Wilson is definitely a solid A-tier player. Is he better than Bosworth? I mean, I don't like, because like linebackers, they're not that great as users. We all know this, but I think Bosworth has good zone, good speed for his position. He's great size, so I'm going to leave Bosworth at the top of A tier. I do still like Bosworth, even though he's a linebacker, because for a linebacker, Bosworth is easily top 3, maybe even the best middle linebacker in the game. Who really knows? But Bosworth's solid. I'm going to put Larry Wilson at A tier, but I'm not going to put him in front of Bosworth. And real quick, I do want to say that I am ranking these cards before they are officially out in game, but I do kind of trust, you know, my feel for this game and how players look when they're previewed compared to how they play in game. I've used basically all the top tier cards in MUT this year, so I have a pretty good feel for how these cards work, and it does happen sometimes where, you know, there's a card that is just so good and we don't really see it until after the promo comes out and after we kind of see the full stats, but it very rarely happens. But if it does happen, just scroll up, go check the description or the comments, and I will pin the comments. If I did mess up, I'll say, hey, Larry Wilson should be S tier because of blah blah blah. I will try to correct myself down below, but this should be probably like a 95% chance accuracy rate. If I mess up real bad, then maybe I gotta start waiting, but I've had a pretty good track record when it comes to dropping these promo tier lists before the cards are officially out. So hopefully that can continue. But let's hop into the next player. We have Charles Haley. So I am very scared about this Charles Haley card because, you know, I feel like the 49ers theme team every year really popular. And, you know, it's tough when you see the 49ers get debatably the best pass rusher in the game for their theme team that is already... The card's just loaded, man. I mean, this card's already stacked. I mean, 86 speed, 89 acceleration when powered up. Will hit 2 pass rushing thresholds, not to mention this guy's great against the run. High block shed, good tackling, good strength. This card is going to be an absolute menace out there. And yeah, 9 times out of 10 when you face this guy, he's going to have, you know, +1 speed, maybe even +2, maybe even +3. Who really knows, depending on strategy cards and stuff like that. But I do feel like Charles Haley right now is simply the best pass rusher in MUT whenever he does come out or whenever the promo does go live. So Charles Haley, he's going right to S tier, hitting 2 thresholds, being able to stop the run. Because sometimes EA will drop a good pass rushing card that doesn't have good block shed or good strength or good tackling, but Charles Haley, kind of the best of all worlds when it comes to being a defensive lineman or an edge rusher. So Charles Haley is going to be an absolute problem, man. I'm telling you right now. Not to mention 49ers and Cowboys theme teams, good luck. So next up, we have Charlie Joyner, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, Charlie Joyner was a great receiver, complimented Lance Allworth really well back in the day. I have no idea who this dude is. I'm going to be honest. I have no clue. I never heard this dude's name until this morning or yesterday morning on the Good Morning Madden live stream. So Charlie Joyner, this card's actually pretty solid though, I'm not going to lie. 91 speed, 89 jumping, 88 catching traffic, 91 sped catch, 87 short, and does hit 2 route running thresholds, and he's the slot archetype too. Is a major W. So Charlie Joyner looking like that guy right now. I'm not gonna lie. If you have a Chargers theme team, you can run Allworth and Joyner and kind of throw it back to the 1960s or 70s whenever these guys played. I'm not even sure if these guys were ever even teammates. I actually have no idea. I'm just kind of assuming right now. But Charlie Joyner, a new name in MUT, and this card just looks really solid without question. Joyner is an S tier card in this game. Is he better than Haley? 91 speed. He might be better than Haley. This is why these promo tier lists are sometimes kind of tough, because I'm rating different positions with each other. But no, actually no, because Charlie Joyner, is he the best wideout in the game? Probably not. No. Do I think Charles Haley's the best pass rusher in the game? Yes. I'm going to put Charles Haley before Charlie Joyner. So next man up is the strong safety, the run support strong safety, 90 overall, Jack Tatum. This card is not the fastest. He does not have that 91 speed, but 89 speed, 91 acceleration. The reason why I love this card so much is for his run support ability, and it's looking like in his picture, EA might give this dude like the Ronnie Lott shoulder pads on steroids. It looks like he's wearing two pizza boxes on his shoulders, bro. I don't even know what those are out there, but yeah, 91 hit power, hits that zone threshold too. This card's gonna be a problem. If you are wondering what his height and his weight are, I thought this guy was gonna be like 6'3", but no, he's only 5'10", 200, so not the biggest body. How will that affect how he tackles, you know, guys like Derrick Henry or guys like that? Who knows? But I do love the zone threshold, as well as, you know, what his shoulder pads are going to be in game and the hit power. Not a real good guy against the in-man coverage, but it's the zone and the hit power. That's the reason why you love Jack Tatum, and he's a Raider too. I mean, what other teams did he play for? Was it only Raiders? Let's see. He played for the Titans too, I believe. So Titans and Raiders. The Raiders team will always eat, and they continue to eat today with another S tier player, and that's Jack Tatum. I'm going to put him at low S tier. He's debatably a high A tier player. If he was like 6'3", 6'2", I'd probably put him at I'd probably put him a little bit higher on S tier, but I like the way he hits the, I like his archetype, first of all, with the hit power, and also hitting that zone route, that zone coverage threshold as well. Major W. So next up, we have Giant legend quarterback Phil Simms, and Phil Simms is definitely a card that I can completely miss on. Mainly because, like I just said, these cards are not out officially in game yet. I'm not open to seeing all the stats yet. So, say Phil Simms does hit that 90 awareness, he could be our first, Hot Route Master quarterback. On the Good Morning Madden live stream, RG, I feel like he would have said something about Phil Simms being the first Hot Route Master quarterback. He did not. So, there is a good chance that he's not going to get Hot Route Master, but if he does, this card is easily S tier. If he does not, he's just kind of like a B tier to low A tier quarterback in my opinion. I'd probably still put Daniel Jones over Phil Simms because I do like the ability to roll out and stuff like that. Yeah, 73 speed is actually not that terrible, I'm not going to lie, but Daniel Jones is 85 speed if you have a Giants theme team. The card's going crazy, but even if you have a Giants theme team, I still think Phil Simms is worth going to get for those 3x chems. But yeah, let's go to the tier list, and Phil Simms, like I said, he's one of those cards that, with Hot Route Master, he's here because Hot Route Master is one of the best abilities in MUT in general. But if not, he might be like here or here. So where should I put him for now? I got a good feeling that he won't get Hot Route Master, so I'm going to put him at high B tier. I don't think he's going to get it because, like I said, I feel like RG would have said something yesterday morning on the EA live stream, which he didn't. I feel like he would have said, like, oh, Phil Simms, our first Hot Route Master. He didn't say anything like that. So there's a very good chance that he gets it, but also I'd say it's like 50-50 right now because I have no idea. But if he does get it, Hot Route Master, I'll let you guys know down below. He'd be mid S tier. If not, he's like a high B tier, low A tier player. So next up, we have the Cowboys Team Diamond, Billy Joe Dupree, and the Cowboys were definitely due for a tight end, and EA delivered. I saw a few tweets earlier saying, like, why is this card not Jason Witten? Why? It should have been Jason Witten, but those would be the same guys complaining that Jason Witten has 72 speed on his card. So if you're a Cowboys team, you should be very happy that Billy Joe is your Team Diamond. I would have rather seen, for me, maybe like a DeMarco Murray or a Dez Bryant or a guy like that, but Billy Joe is actually really solid. Easily like a top 5 tight end in this game right now. Easily 86 speed, 78 strength, 91 catching, 90 catching traffic. Does hit that short route running threshold with also a very high mid route running too. And yeah, also a 90 overall. And this card should get some pretty solid abilities. But yeah, good spec catch. And also a pretty good run blocker. A lot of the guys in this game right now, they're either really good receivers that can't run block, or they're good run blockers that aren't the best route runners. That's why I like Kittle so much. Even though he is kind of slower. That's why I love George Kittle. But Billy Joe is also, 6'4", 225 pounds, which I'm trying to show you guys real quick. Okay, that's the wrong thing. I didn't even move that. Move this. Okay, move. No, where is it? Okay, there it is. 6'4", 225 pounds. So a pretty big body for Billy Joe Dupree. He played. He was born in 1950. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the tier list. Billy Joe. I think he's probably like a B tier player. I think he's solid. You could debate him being a little bit higher. Maybe you might be able to. Just based on maybe the card's mix of route running and blocking. But say he had like 88 speed, I think he'd easily be like here, maybe even up here. But because of that 86 speed and only hitting one threshold, I'm going to put him down here at B tier. That's just how I'm feeling about Billy Joe. But still a really solid card. Card's really good. But again, if you don't have a Cowboys theme team, would you really go out of your way to do this set? Would you? I don't think it's worth it. So next up, we have Thurman Thomas. He's a receiving back, and for whatever reason for this promo, I think we got, so far while I'm recording this, we've seen Kevin Falk, Thurman Thomas, and Deuce Daily. 3 receiving backs so far, and I believe we maybe had like 1 or 2, or definitely like only like a handful of receiving backs in the game before this. So Thurman Thomas, a receiving back, that 1 AP backfield master, good catching at 82, carrying a little bit low, but he should be okay. I don't really know. 84 carrying does scare me a little bit, but 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 COD with a 92 break tackle. And as far as his dimensions go, Thurman Thomas is 5'10", 200. So he's not, 6'1", 6'2", 220. He's not like that. Just kind of your standard 5'10", 200 running back. I don't expect this card to, be that much of a fighter. He's not going to be any kind of Saquon Barkley, but I do feel like if you have a theme team that Thurman played for, which would be, I think, Dolphins and Bills for Thurman Thomas, which is 2 pretty solid teams, I'm not going to lie. But Thurman Thomas could be that guy for you. But I don't think he's the best running back dropping tomorrow. I do not feel that way. So Thurman Thomas, I'm going to put him, let's throw him at A tier. I mean, he's still solid, one of the better backs in MUT in general right now. But as far as this promo, He's not even the best running back dropping. So I'm gonna put Thurman at A tier, right at the top. I love his archetype and his speed and his break tackle and stuff like that, but he's not the best back dropping tomorrow. So next up, we have the Jets team diamond, Aaron Glenn. So Aaron Glenn on paper, looking at this card right here, he looks really solid. That's how he's looking. He's 91 speed, 90 acceleration. I believe 91 speed right now is the fastest for any corner in the game right now. I'm pretty sure. I think 91 speed potentially. But we have no idea what this guy's run stopping stats are going to be. Even if his run stopping stats are kind of standard for how the corners have been so far this year. In my opinion, he's still a top tier corner, but it does that man coverage threshold when powered up. It's kind of unfortunate that he does not hit that zone coverage threshold too. But for me at least, this card is definitely a W. Because yeah, I needed some corners for that Jets team for sure. We had a Gold out there running cornerback number 2. But Aaron Glenn looks solid, good jumping. But until you dive deeper, you're going to notice that Aaron Glenn is actually 5'9", 180, and even on current gen, I did play one game on current gen in yesterday's video, so if you saw that, shout out to you. But yeah, even on current gen, players do get agged a pretty good amount. So 5'9" does scare me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. If I notice this card's out here getting agged, I will have this card on my team. So, you know, if you are curious as to how this card plays, if you scroll up to the comments and I say nothing, then this card's going to be playing fine. But if you scroll down there and I say Aaron Glenn at 5'9" is just getting mossed every single time. But again, I did use Tyrann Mathieu, who's also 5'9", and he didn't play that bad. So I do expect Aaron Glenn to be a pretty solid option out there. And also, his speed should bail him out a pretty good amount. But again, the way swerve catching and, you know, deep in, deep out kind of plays this year, he might get sunned a few times, but I still think that Aaron Glenn for this promo, being the fastest cornerback in the game, hitting that man coverage threshold, I do feel like Aaron Glenn is kind of without question an S tier guy. And is he the best corner in the game at 5'9"? I don't think so. And like I said, I think Charles Haley is the best pass rusher in this game right now. So I'm going to leave Charles at the top and put Aaron Glenn behind him, even though Aaron Glenn has the best speed amongst all corners in the game right now. So next up, we have the 90 overall Ricky Williams. And if you've played a Madden in the past where Ricky Williams was dominant, then you know this card's not fun to face. Like, I will say that right now, Ricky Williams is literally a human bowling ball out there. 90 speed, 89 acceleration, 85 agility, 85 carrying. And they actually gave him like good COD this year. I'm pretty sure it was, maybe I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure last year they kind of cheated him on his speed and his COD in like it was kind of like a mid to late game card that he got. I believe it was like a team of the week I think he got. But they kind of did do Ricky Williams dirty last year. But this card should play well if you do have a Dolphins theme team. You got both Thurman Thomas and you got Ricky Williams in this drop. So that's a good drop. That's a nice little backfield revamp right there. Even though they already had Reggie Bush, which is a nasty three-headed monster. You got Ricky, you got Thurman, and you got Reggie. The Dolphins running backs are kind of wild, man. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, Ricky Williams should play well. Here are his dimensions. And he's 5'10", 226, which being that 226, this card's going to fight. This card's going to fall forward. And also, there's Flo from Progressive right there. Of course, she would be there. But also, he did play for the Ravens for 1 year of his career. And also the Saints, too. I forgot about that, too. So, Saints, Dolphins, and Ravens for Ricky Williams. And I'm going to put Ricky. I don't think he's S tier. I would love to have him be a little bit better as a receiving back, but he's strictly just a power back, a bruiser, a bowling ball. So for that reason, I'm going to put him next to Thurman Thomas. I do value him and Thurman basically the same, where you have Thurman the better pass catcher, but if you're looking for a guy who's that power, run the ball right down your throat kind of guy, I think Ricky's that guy for you. So these two guys are even. I think it just comes down to play style and kind of what you prefer for your offense. So right now, while I'm recording this, EA has only showed us 16 of these team diamonds. So this is the last card you're going to see until probably gets dark outside and maybe I'm wearing something different, who really knows. But Deuce Daily, I think, in my opinion, was the best card that we saw from the Good Morning Madden reveals. And Deuce Daily, you guys see the stats on this card: 91 speed, 91 acceleration. I believe that 91 is the fastest for a running back in the game right now, powered up. 92 speed, not to mention on a theme team, stuff like that. Good agility. His COD's at a 92, 88 carrying, 86 trucking, 86 break tackle. And these stats right here, they kind of look like a, maybe like a power back, maybe an elusive back. But no, Deuce Daily is a receiving back. He's the fastest in the game, and not to mention, the craziest thing about Deuce Daily is this right here. Here it is. Deuce Daily is 5'11". You guys see right here, 242. He's 242 pounds, not to mention also Pittsburgh Steelers chems, but 242 on a receiving back. And Deuce Daily, I mean, there are some rumors kind of going on while you're watching this right now. You probably already know that, you know, if there is a master and who maybe the master is, but there is some kind of rumors going on that it might be Marshawn Lynch. But dude, this Deuce Daily card, receiving back 5'11", 242. This guy is literally gonna be Saquon Barkley Jr. He's literally gonna be that guy. So yeah, Deuce Daily, I think out of these first 16 cards that we've seen, I think he is the best right now. You know, I'll see you in about 5 seconds going over the next guys, but yeah, Deuce Daily, the card's a monster. Like, I cannot believe that he's 242. Like, bro, that is wild. Okay, so we are back much later in the day. I kind of went over the first 16 cards, and you know, after all these EA tweets and them revealing more cards, we did learn a lot more about this promo. So we're gonna go over some of the new cards. Some of the new cards that I've already added on here are Haloti at A tier. Dude's like 6'4", 304, gonna be an absolute demon out there. Hits both the power move and the block shed threshold, and he's 340, like 6'4". The card's gonna be a problem out there. We have Lomas Brown. I think he's the best offensive lineman in this promo. We also do have Tommy Harris, a good defensive tackle. Yes, he's faster than Haloti. Honestly, Tommy Harris might be a little bit higher on here. Tommy's got good speed and kind of has the same stats. He's not nearly as big as Haloti, but I mean, he's still big. He's a defensive tackle. He's still gonna be a big body, so might move Tommy up a little bit. And one thing we did learn is that Phil Simms will not get Hot Route Master. If you did watch my first time going over him, I kind of said if he gets it, he'll be S tier, but no Hot Route Master on Phil Simms. That has been confirmed, basically. We also do have Alan Faneca for the Steelers. Steelers team teamers, they needed an offensive lineman, and they got it. And we got Mike Rucker, Tony Brackens for the Jaguars. We also have Gary Brackett for the Colts, and we did add another D tier player, which is Frank Wycheck. He's actually a tight end that is kind of like a fullback high pass block, but as far as this promo goes, he's definitely one of the more bottom tier players. And let's just hop into some of the more new guys. The first card we're going to be looking at is going to be Ahmad Rashad. So when you first look at this card, you might think he's a running back. That's what I did the first time. But Ahmad Rashad, a wide receiver with 90 speed and cannot hit any route running thresholds even when he is powered up. That is unfortunate. And even though there might be some, you know, cards that might have worse speed than Ahmad Rashad, I do think that Ahmad is the worst wideout on this in this promo. That's just how I'm feeling. Ahmad Rashad, I mean, he's a cool card, a cool new name that we're getting, but the fact that, I mean, yeah, the speed's cool, but again, no route running thresholds for Ahmad Rashad. Maybe he kind of makes a comeback after the catch. Say this card is just nasty after the catch, and I guess kind of has running back after the catch stats, and maybe he could be that guy, but I think for now, Ahmad Rashad is just going to be, I'm going to put him down here at B tier. A lot of the receivers that we got are definitely top tier. I mean, it's hard to kind of screw up a receiver. All you got to make sure that he does is has 90-ish speed powered up and can hit a route running threshold. Ahmad does check one of those boxes, but I need route running thresholds in this game, man. I can't tell you how many times I get separation no matter how fast the receiver is, and because his route running isn't high enough, he'll get caught up to and I'll throw a pick when I think I should have had a guy wide open. So Ahmad Rashad going to B tier, but I guess if his after the catch stats are nasty, he might be like a mid to low A tier guy, but still Ahmad Rashad, high B tier. So next man up is one of who I think, I mean, I might be a little bit biased, but I think this card is one of the most disappointing cards that we got. Ahmad Green, kind of a bigger name out of this promo. Usually they don't give you like legendary names, but some teams they did. But Ahmad Green, I mean, this card could have been better. I'm going to say it right now. And someone actually pointed this out. This card has 79 catching. We went back and watched my Ahmad Green gameplay from Madden 20, his 99 overall power of expansion card, and he had 79 catching on that card. So for his first card of 22 had the same catching that he had on Madden 20, his last card, which is crazy to me. But Ahmad Green definitely could have been faster the way that speed was going this year. You know, having an 89 speed running back does kind of hurt. You will see him if you do watch my videos. He'll definitely be on the team just for those 3x Packer cams, me having a Packers theme team. But 89 speed, 91 acceleration, a good power back. As far as height and weight goes, he's nothing too special. He's not like 6'2", and he's not weighing 230 pounds. It's kind of a standard build for a running back. But Ahmad Green, he was actually really good in Madden 20. Maybe the card will just play good, you know, maybe play better than the stats in game. Who really knows? But for now, I think Ahmad Green, he's not as bad as Kevin Falk, so I'll put him at high C tier. But you can debate this. You can debate some of these defensive guys over Ahmad Green, but I'm gonna put him at low C tier. And yeah, man, this card for me is just very disappointing. So next up, we have wide receiver Andre Rison, and unlike Ahmad Rashad, this dude does hit the deep routing threshold even when he's not powered up, which is really cool. And if you have any kind of strategy card or any way you can boost +1 short routing, you can also go that route and hit 2 thresholds with Andre Rison. This card's pretty cool, not only because he has 90 speed, and I'm not sure what his acceleration will be and stuff like that, but if he's got 90 speed, he might have 90 or 91, maybe, hopefully 92 would be pretty cool for acceleration. But Rison looks solid, route runner archetype, and if we go right here, Andre Rison 6'1", 188, but look at all these teams he played for. That is Packers, Jaguars, Browns, Falcons, Colts, Chiefs, and Raiders. So you're going to see a lot of Andre Rison in this game. I'm telling you right now. What was his nickname? Bad Moon? What does that even mean? If that's actually his nickname, that's actually kind of crazy. But Andre Rison, card to W. He's not game breaking. He's nothing like that's gonna make you go like, oh my goodness, Andre Rison's card is wild. But like you're gonna see a lot of him because he's just a solid receiver that hits route running threshold. So for that reason, let's go ahead and let's throw my man Andre Rison. We'll put him in front of Bosworth. You know, I guess I do value receivers over linebackers. You know what I mean? So Rison, mid to high A tier in my opinion. Just a really solid card. Nothing too crazy, but just a really solid. That's kind of the key word here with Andre Rison. And next up, we have another man that does get a lot of theme teams, and that is Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib, a cool name that, I mean, he retired, I think, was it last 2 years ago maybe? I don't know, but he should have 99 chain snatch, if you know what I mean. But yeah, 90 speed, 90 acceleration on Talib. It does hit that man coverage threshold, so a big W there. Good press as well. If you're someone that does play man-to-man, Talib's going to be your guy. This card's going to play really solid for you. He does get a ton of theme teams, like I said. So Aqib Talib, it's kind of cool to see him in mud again. Definitely a card I think to be very popular just because, one, the name, and two, he does get a pretty good amount of theme teams. So Aqib Talib going to A tier without question. Let's throw him. I'll throw him next to Rison. They're both kind of the same thing. They're not like the Talib's not the best corner in the game. Just kind of a solid option out there, and that's all you can really ask for in mud. Options. I love variety in mud. I love it every single year. And next up, we have a card that I think is going to go under a lot of people's radars, and that is the 90 overall Marquise Colston. I feel like people are going to sleep on this card because Marquise doesn't have 90 speed. I mean, yeah, he also doesn't get a lot of theme teams either, so he might not be that popular, but this card's going to be really good. Kind of reminds me a lot of Brandon Marshall's card, where he does hit the route running threshold. Also a big body physical receiver standing at 6'4". So Marquise Colston, even though he doesn't have the speed of a Rison or, you know, Ahmad Rashad, give me Marquise Colston. I do value route running in this year's game. It does make a difference. Trust me, it does. Even if you don't think it does, I promise you it does, man. I still use Devontae Adams every day, and that card with 85 speed, still cooking some of the best corners in the game. So Marquise Colston, 6'4", hits 2 thresholds. He's not better than Joyner. Joyner is fast and hits a threshold, so give me Joyner. But Marquise Colston, I still think he's definitely an S tier wideout. Next up, we have a Jets theme team, or I guess Browns. That's me being biased, talking about only the Jets. But hey, Josh Cribbs, 90 overall, 90 speed, which is kind of crazy how, I mean, one thing I gotta say is we're still getting 90 speed receivers when Jamar Chase had 91 speed on an 86 overall card, by the way. Kind of keep that in mind, just letting you guys know. But Josh Cribbs, usually a returner in a returner archetype. This year, they wanted to give him route running. So 86, 87, and 90 on a Josh Cribbs card. And I used Cribbs card in 20. He was pretty good. And the reason why I love Cribbs so much is, I mean, his route running has been atrocious in the past. The fact that he even has his route running is a miracle. And also, like, the catching traffic and the catching and stuff, pretty cool, too. But Josh Cribbs, the card is a menace after the catch. And he's, like, 6'1" and does get a bunch of theme teams. I believe he gets Jets, Browns, Colts, maybe not a bunch, but does get a pretty solid amount. So I'm going to put Josh Cribbs at the top of A tier. Is he S tier? Depends. I mean, he could be S tier depending on how good his after the catch stats actually are. But for now, I'll put Cribbs at A tier. I just love that he actually has route running this year. It feels like EA is starting to give route runners some love. Like Devin Hester was a route runner archetype and hits route running thresholds, and Josh Cribbs kind of the same thing. No, he's not a route runner archetype, but does hit that deep route running threshold, which is pretty cool. So next up, we have TJ Houshmandzadeh. I believe I'm saying his name right. I have no idea. But yeah, this dude used to be crazy back in the day, man. But TJ Houshmandzadeh, 89 speed, 90 jumping. For some reason, I thought he was like 6'5". He's only 6'2", so don't get your hopes up. I thought he was really tall. I don't know why I thought that, but in my head, maybe when I was young, I thought that. Who knows? But TJ Houshmandzadeh, 89 speed, 90 jumping, 88 catching traffic. Or sorry, no, 90 catching traffic. What am I saying? 87 spec catch. He does hit a route running threshold, which is the short route running at 90. Cannot hit mid or deep. And this card's kind of a weird one to me. I don't expect them to give him too many good after the catch stats, but I guess there's a chance. He is slot archetype though, which is pretty cool. But because he is a little bit slower, yes, he does hit one route running threshold, but it is short, probably the least desirable one. I'm going to put Houshmandzadeh at B tier. I'll put him in front of Rashad. I do think he'll be better than Rashad, based off archetype and route running thresholds and stuff like that. And also, he's 6'2", so, I mean, a 6'2" slot guy could be the move. Who really knows? Card could be glitchy. Who knows? If he is, then I'll correct it down below. But I don't think Houshmandzadeh is going to be that great. I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to put him at high B tier, low A tier. And for our last 90 overall, we have Bernard Pollard. This card's pretty solid. Honestly, a name I kind of forgot about until EA revealed this card. But really good against the run with 91 pursuit, 90 zone coverage, 91 hit power, 88 speed, 91 acceleration. The card is like 6'1". I believe he gets Chiefs, Ravens, and Chiefs, Ravens is one more team. I think I have it right here. Oh, Titans. So Titans. Okay, so a lot of good teams for Bernard Pollard. He's a pretty solid safety, nothing too crazy. You know, I think we might have some better guys than him in the game, but Bernard Pollard just a solid. I think Bernard might be like a, wait, I messed up somewhere. Hold up. Oh, I see I messed up. Okay, Larry Wilson's got to go here. And I'm going to put Bernard Pollard right with Larry Wilson. Happy with both those cards. Both are pretty similar. One is your zone option, I guess. Your zone one if you want to run zone abilities. And I actually might drop Larry Wilson down. He's got 89 speed. Even though he's faster than Bernard, I think I'd rather have Bernard because he kind of does more. So I'm going to put Larry Wilson down here. I'm happy with that. We'll move Larry down. We'll put Bernard up there. Even though Bernard is slower than Larry, I like having the zone and the hit power opposed to just the zone. Even though, you know, it's one speed, I'll take it. I'll take the one speed on Bernard. I'll make that sacrifice. And finally, last but not least, we all know who is the best team diamond in this game, in this promo. It is the 95 Dan Marino. There's still one question mark with this card. If he does get Gunslinger, then, I mean, he's even better than this whole promo, like, completely. People were kind of saying L to this card. I mean, I get it, but there are some W's with this card. Number one is that he will get every single team chem. So if you have, you know, a Chiefs team, maybe that's a bad example. If you have, like, who's a team? Maybe like a Texans team, and you don't have a quarterback, Marino can be that guy for you. And also, I'm very happy that EA did not make Dan Marino 50 speed. If this card had 50 speed, you would have seen the world burn down. I mean, you're kind of already seeing that a little bit, but 77 speed on Marino. He's the first and the only high route master quarterback in the game according to EA. That's how I know that Phil Simms does not get high route. So kind of an L there for Giants fans, I guess, because they already have Daniel Jones, who's much better. But 77 speed, 93 throw power, 92 short, 94 mid, 94 deep with a 95 throw under pressure, 95 deep, with an 81 throw on the run and 95 play action. I'm not even going to put Marino on this list. We all know that he is the best, probably a tier above, maybe 3 tiers overall. These guys, I mean, he's a 95 overall card that we're getting in September, which makes sense. We kind of got this card. I think in Madden 20 we had a really unpopular Kurt Warner card that was really slow that no one used, that got every single team chem. So I'm kind of happy with this Marino card. And people were thinking it was going to be Marshawn Lynch, but I'm kind of happy it wasn't, because Marshawn Lynch would have cost $2 million, and I never would have got to use him. So, hey, it is what it is. But, yeah, here's the final tier list. We have Deuce Daily, Charles Haley, Aaron Glenn, Charlie Joyner, and Marquise Colston in that top 5. We got Cribs at A tier. We got Husman Zada, Ahmad Green. I think overall this promo has some pretty cool names. Maybe some of the players could have been better. If you have a theme team, maybe you would have wished for some different players for your team. Who knows? But I think overall a W. I think it's kind of like it's not a crazy W, but it's definitely like a solid W for this promo. Hopefully you guys are ready for some of the gameplays later. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you are. Turn noties on. You won't miss any of the gameplays. I'll probably do a lot of the offensive players. Definitely a Deuce Daily. Probably try to do a Charlie Joyner, maybe a Marquise Colston gameplay. Who really knows? We're going to have to play by ear. But make sure you are subbed with noties on. Make sure you are following me on Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff. And if you are still watching, let's comment the diamond emoji for a chance to be shouted out in the next video. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button for notifications. We post daily Madden 22 content. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.